Sports is brought to you by All Out Auto Repair, home of the $46 Saskatchewan and $66 Alberta Safety Inspection. Your complete automotive repair.
Moses, as we talked about off the top of the cast, it's almost an understatement to say that the Lakeland men's basketball team is on fire because they seem to just be unstoppable.
Oh gosh, it's been sad for the teams they face, especially the second half of the season. I've never seen a college team in my time dominate like the way they have, and you know what? It's also the girls too. They've been playing exceptionally well lately. The second half of the season, they've kept things going. It's been quite a journey for the Lakeland Rustlers basketball teams. With just 2 games left, both in their seasons, the men's and ladies programs have excelled, and the Rustlers look to keep that momentum going. The Lakeland basketball teams are in great shape heading into tonight's matchup against Keano College. The women have won 5 straight and look to fine-tune their game this weekend before the playoffs.
I think they know we need to take care of business and work on our rebounding and defense just like we did last weekend.
I think we just need to come out strong and stick to everything we plan to do for this weekend and keep them down to about 50 points.
Despite a 4-14 record, head coach Chris King is not taking Keano lightly and knows his team must play at a high level.
We want to look to push the tempo a lot, I think run good structure, and defensively we want to pressure them up a lot, see if we can make them make turnovers.
The Rustlers men have had a great start to the season, an even better second half, averaging 120 points per game and beating their opponents by an average of 40. They're 18-0 and the Rustlers want to make it 20.
One game at a time. We know we want to make a undefeated season to go losing 0 games, so just focus on every game and not taking anyone for granted.
Both Keano and Lakeland are in the playoffs, and head coach Peter Sambu knows this game will have a playoff-type atmosphere to it.
All the teams, turn up their game in playoffs, so we're going to have to turn up ours and continue just paying attention to detail and getting better every day.
The women will start their game at 6 o'clock, and the guys will follow up at 8. Now moving on to hockey, and the month of February hasn't been kind to the BONNYVILLE Pontiacs. They've only won 1 game this month. They've struggled down the stretch and have fallen to 5th in that North Division. Last night, BONNYVILLE was looking to avoid losing its 8th game in 9 as they took on the AJHL's best team, the Spruce Grove Saints. We pick things up in the second. The game notched up at 0's Dallas on Seoul with the shorthanded breakaway, but Joel Miller shutting the door. On the same power play, the Saints getting on the board first. Sammy Spurls catches Dylan Wells off guard with the bad angle shot. His 19th makes it 1-0 for the Saints. Now 2-zip Spruce Grove late in that second. Corey Chernenko spots a streaking Mike Williamson, and just like that, the Pontiacs' woes continue. It's 3-0 after 2. But BONNYVILLE shows a little life in the third. Carson McCormick lays out Dylan Holman right there. That rallies the troops. Pontiacs get on the board on the power play. Jordan Kronkowski's one-timer finds its way to an open tie carry. No mistake, it's now 3-1. Desperation time for the Ponts, down 2, and the goalie pulled. Ansel will give BONNYVILLE a little hope as he makes it 3-2 with just under a minute to play. Could they do it? Now off the ensuing face-off, Pontiacs get possession in the Saints zone. They throw it on net, but it's too little, too late as BONNYVILLE drops their 4th in a row and 8 of the last 9. Spruce Grove with a 3-2 win.
We had some opportunities tonight to take pucks, drive them right to the blue paint, but instead we, back off and get pucks in our backhand and throw them there. And you just got to get there with that last step, be more determined to get pucks through.
We got to turn things around. We got to turn it around quick. We don't have time to feel sorry for ourselves here, so it's up to us to change it, and no one else is going to do it for us. So.
The Lloydminster Bobcats were in action last night as well. They were doubled up by the Camrose Kodiaks 4-2. Preston Kopech and Topher Flanagan with goals for the Bobcats in the losing effort. And the Lloydminster Bandits look for a better performance in their Junior B quarterfinal. Game 2 against the Tigers of Vermilion. Obviously, the Tigers taking Game 1 5-3 in the 1-0 Series League. Game 2 is tonight at 8 o'clock.
Sports is brought to you by Dedham Chrysler.
To really experience a world-class Dodge and Chrysler automobile,
you have to drive it.
Visit Dedham Chrysler Lloydminster today.
Now moving on, the Lakeland College Rustlers volleyball team came to the season with a goal of placing better in provincials than last year's record 4th place. As Emmett Murphy reports, that goal is on the line this weekend as they have to make it through a tough qualifier just to earn a postseason berth.
It's a lofty goal that didn't seem possible midway through the year. The Rustlers women lost 10 of 12 games, including 6 straight defeats in November. The return of veteran Brin Dyer helped the ladies win 5 of their last 6 to sneak into a 4-way tie for 7th. That has set up a playoff qualifier for one of the final 2 spots.
We're playing our best volleyball now at the end of the season, which is exactly what we want. So going into the weekend, I'm excited and confident for our team.
The Rustlers play a best-of-3 series against the King's University College. The two met 2 weeks ago, splitting a pair of 3-2 decisions. Head coach Austin Dyer says that match was a game-changer.
We had to battle both nights the whole match and didn't get to take any breaks, and so having a match like that towards the end of the season was huge for us in the way that we handled the pressure.
Well, we have lots of confidence going to the weekend. We played them a couple weekends ago, and we have no doubt in our minds that we're going to take them this weekend. I think we just kind of learned what their tendencies are, so now we can come back with a better game plan and be a little bit stronger. If we clean up our side, we have nothing to worry about.
We have way more offense than they do. They're a team that has one stud player and doesn't make mistakes, so they just keep getting the ball over and waiting for the other side to mess up.
The Rustlers are already looking beyond the weekend to provincials. Despite having only beaten 1 team in a playoff position this year, Dyer is embracing the team's underdog role.
They believe that we can beat anybody on any given day as long as we come to play.
Emmett Murphy, Newcap Sports.
Some hockey action here. The Lloydminster Universal Heat beginning their postseason at home last night against Spruce Grove PAC Saints. The Heat get on the board early. Cale Clegg lets the ripper from the point, and just 2 minutes into the game, 2 minutes later, Chaston Braid scores off his own rebound on the 2-on-1. PAC will cut the lead in half, though, on the power play. 4 minutes later, gritty effort there by Garrett Sutherland, but that's as close as they would get before the period's out. Klein and Braid hook up again for Braid's 2nd of the game, and Chaston Klein would score himself in that 2nd period, finishing the night with a goal and 2 assists as the Universal Heat cruised to an 8-2 victory and a 1-game lead in the best-of-3 series.